let's get started. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining on a Friday evening. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to do, go back home and prepare for the weekend. But thank you for coming in, and I'm very excited about today's session. Thanks, Mr. Mohan Babu. Mr. Mohan Babu has 26 years of experience in the infrastructure and construction space, and 11 years he's been implementing technology across large infrastructure projects. And currently he's the digital officer at the MAHSR, or the Mumbai Ahmedabad High-Speed Rail project C4 package, which is somewhere between Anand and Vapi, right? Not exact stations, but some 273 kilometers.
237 kilometer stretch.
237 kilometers.
No.
Okay.
Actually, other packages also is there. Almost
Okay.
92% of our total stretch we are completing. We are doing for the L&T.
Okay, perfect. So, sir, thank you for coming on the session. And I would also like to introduce C Tribe. So, C Tribe is basically our community of construction tech entrepreneurs and people innovating in the construction tech space. We build this community so that like-minded people can come together. We can see all the startups that are budding in this space, and we create an interface between the industry and the startups, both for idea exchange and for pilots and engagements and all of that. So that's what C Tribe is all about. So, sir, we can get started. So, sir, why don't you, maybe run us through your journey? I gave a very small snippet of, 11 years and 26 years, but why don't you tell us your
Yeah.
journey in the construction and construction technology space in heavy civil?
Before starting this my journey, just I would like to thank C Tribes for giving the opportunity to share my digital transformation journey in this forum. First of all, I thank you for all the entrepreneurs, all the stakeholders, all the organizers, first of all, and especially for thank to Chaitanya for tracking me to take this my appointment and all the things. That is first of all, I like to thank the total team members. More than 26 years of experience in this for the digital journey. First, I was started my career for basically I'm MSc Geology and MTech Remote Sensing in GS,
Nice.
and I was started my career around 2000. I was started my career in Hyderabad, and I worked for this project fellow in the NRSC National Remote Sensing Centers. After that, I got a lot of experience for their Department of Space, Government of India. Then that all the projects like in the private sectors. After that, I got a good opportunity in the snow and avalanche studies and establishment. That is one of the premier DRDO laboratory in Chandigarh. For more
Nice.
than 3 years, I worked there for it's a sensitive works. Just I'll
Mhm.
give a small brief about this. What the technology we have used for the more than 20 years back, because the defense people they used to travel from this lower camp to upper camp.
Right.
That time they used to know this whether the snows, avalanches, anything's going to happen or not. We need to give the lifetime tracking systems. That is the started from this initial stage of this the lifetime life tracking systems. For
Right.
that, we used to download this satellite image in real time,
Wow.
processing, analyzing, and give the information within a 2 to 3 hours. So that is one of the challenging job. I was taken care of this initial stage when I was in young stage. So I used to do a lot of this digital applications, analysis reports, and everything. That is one of the challenge for my career. That is giving me the base for the technology adaptations. After that, to the 2014, I was joined this L&T as a digital manager, as well as BIM manager. I worked more than 2 to 3 years. After that, I got opportunity for the digital officer for L&T, Heavy Civil Infra. So there, my journey was started more than 1 decade. A lot of
Mhm.
softwares development, different technology adoptions, taken bring it to this construction industry, and we have implemented it across our projects. I used to handle it more than 40 to 42 projects when I was in HQ. That is an initial stage of this digital transformations. Construction is the least digitalization among all other industry. So
Right.
that time it was very struggle lot to bring it to the new technology and implement it as a project. and project team have to understand this what we are going to do it, and there's a lot of challenges happen. Now the industry drastically improved,
Mhm.
like you like when the people they started so many innovative things, and so many innovative ideas bring in the platform and give
Mhm.
the solution to the on ground people. After that, I started this for the big project. Like management got this big project, the 25,000 crore project. We got
Mhm.
2020 December. The management
Mhm.
decided to go and implement this project. It's one of the biggest project in India as well
Yes.
as L&D constructions.
Yes.
First time Indian government released a single order,
Mhm.
25,000 crore. It's a single order released from the government of India. And
Mhm.
also the L&D is the first time it received this. This is the biggest order ever. So this prestigious project, the management confident upon me and give this opportunity to go and implement it for the platforms, the digital initiative. Because it's the biggest project in constructions. Until unless technology adoption not there, it's very difficult to implement it. This was my journey. Simply, I'm explaining this. A lot of
Mhm.
things, hips and buts are there, and then we overcome this all the problem statement, address this some issues, everything.
Great, sir. So I have a question that kind of comes to me because I also work in this space, and I've seen a lot of companies, and we talk to a lot of people. When it comes to digital transformation or digital adoption, there are quite a few challenges. But for a project of this scale, as you rightly said, first big order of 25,000 crores, one single order, right? So for a project of this scale, and since you have been from inception of this project, so how have you been able to plan what kind of technologies, what kind of solutions do you need to bring in, where all innovation was required, where all do you think you wanted to use something that's already existing in the market versus you had to go in and innovate? If you can give us a little brief on your planning process, maybe how you started thinking digital, and then your journey on that.
Actually, when we have landed in the project site, so 2020 December, that time it's very tough to handle it for this 237 kilometer stretch. We need to be handled for this our constructions. How do we go forward? First, we know the what is the terrain conditions.
Mhm.
How do we handle the terrain conditions? Basically, I'm a geospecialist, so I how do we handle it? First thing is we should understand the technology, terrain first.
Mm.
Then this terrain, how what are the challenges we are going to face it? For example, two perennial rivers are there, more than 15 rivers are there. So these
Mm.
all the things we need to be handled first. First, we understand the terrain conditions. For that, we have adopted a LiDAR, light detection and range technology.
Mm.
Earlier, we used to do it for the normal constructions. We used to do it for the convention method of the survey process. That will
Mm.
take a hell lot of times, more than 3 months we need to do for the convention survey, and more
Mm.
than 45 days need to do it for the post processing. Finally,
Mm.
we get to know this. The final results is after 5 to 6 months.
Mm.
So we want to avoid this kind of delay. We want to avoid, and also we need more accurate, because
Mm.
conventional method of survey is approximately 95 to 96% of accuracy you will get it. But this
Mm.
kind of lidar based technology, even now we are done for this aerial lidar
Mm.
technology. Aerial lidar technology, instead of doing this drone technology, now we have adopted aerial lidar. First time in L&D construction, first time in India, for the aerial lidar we have processed, and we
Yes.
got this accurate data within 15 days.
Wow.
So flying hours for 3 days,
Mm.
post processing 10 days.
Wow.
The 15th day we got this entire stretch of 237 kilo stretch. That is the first achievement for us.
Mhm.
And also the accuracy, if you compare with this normal accuracy of conventional method to lidar method, conventional method is 96% maximum, but here
Mm.
we have got this 98% accuracy. The pulse rate is high accurate, so we got this high accurate terrain conditions, and
Mm.
also the terrain model we have
Mm.
generated, and also so many applications we have done for this design purpose,
Mm.
3D model purpose,
Mm.
terrain purpose, as well as for this for Narmada and Tapi rivers. It's a perennial river. We used to do the simulation level, all the level, the project level. We have used the data. That is a
mm,
first achievement. And
mm,
second thing is that very difficult is that tracking of systems, tracking of
mm,
assets.
mm,
The tracking of assets is more than 2,200 assets we have deployed. Please imagine that
mm,
2,200 assets we have deployed in the entire stretch,
mm.
for this. In this, almost 70% of our assets are hired assets. That means
Right.
some person is coming here, people used to work for 6 months and then again they demobilize it.
Mm,
30 to 35% of our assets is the old assets. We can able to track permanently. But the
mm,
remaining asset is very difficult to track also. The first
mm,
problem is that. So what we have done is for this, we have tracked this for this all assets. We have IoT installed. Once
mm,
it's landed in those systems, once it landed in our ROW, we have installed this all IoTs as
mm.
well as for LLS, liquid level sensors as well. So we
Okay.
can able to track it, the huge amount of fuel tracking, vehicle
Mm,
tracking, and
mm,
asset management, asset allocations. These
mm.
all the level we have done for this. These and all the things, they're not in the project team, they're not in a position to visualize it initially.
Right.
When
Right.
we came here, we understand it, we are exposed this because that's also one of the challenges.
Mm,
We
mm.
should get this approval from the management, a huge amount of capex we need to spend.
Yes.
The people not in a position to understand this, what we are going to do it.
Mm,
So that we need to be justified.
mm.
Stakeholder have to understand it. These are the challenges. I'm mixing this. Your questions. I'm mixing this
Correct.
challenges as well as for the what advantage we got it.
Correct. Correct.
We have to express to the management this much amount we are going to spend for this. Still, they
Mm,
are not in a position to visualize this. What we are going to get. Suppose management always think that if I spend for the 10 rupees, they need
mm,
100 rupees benefits. So
mm,
for that, they're not able to visualize it.
mm,
We have to justify it. We need to show the prototypes. We need to
mm,
show this of a pilot, what I'm
mm,
going to do it, what I'm going to get it.
mm,
These all
mm,
things we need to be justified to the management and got the approvals. We
mm.
am complete 100% attached for this entire 237-kilometer stretch. That is one
No.
of the biggest achievement for this project. So we can able to track this all the assets.
Mm,
How many assets are there? How many hours are run? This
mm.
all the data we are in the power system only. That is first achievement we have done. Second
Nice.
is that I can able to share more use cases, but due to time permits, it's not possible to all the use cases if you can explain it. Like that,
Mm,
different use cases are there.
mm,
So like concrete, the bulk materials,
mm.
the tracking of bulk materials. So more than 72 lakhs of cubic meter concrete we have tracked.
Wow.
So more than 450 trailers
Mm,
and transit mixers. We are tracking this. Whether
wow.
the particular concrete, suppose for example, pile cap, pier cap, entire 237-kilometer stretch, the concrete need to reach within a time frame.
Correct. Mm,
So we have deployed more than 31 batching plant across 237-kilometer stretch. The
mm,
right time, right concrete, right place, right
mm.
everything need to be reached on time.
Correct.
So these all the coordinations, different level of coordinations required, and the quality, safety, as well as for planning, execution,
Mm,
all
mm,
coordinations also required. For that, we have given this different type of softwares.
mm,
So to track this request and delivery for like Swiggy and Sanoto, what your people are requesting for the food,
mm,
same type of applications also we have given to this respective engineers. So
mm,
can able to request his request for the concrete, this
mm,
particular location, this particular pier, the particular grade of concrete, how much quantity is required, when it
mm,
required, what time it should reach it. Everything
mm,
you can able to request through our mobile applications.
mm, mm, mm.
The complete workflow we are managed. At nearest batching plant it will reach. The batching plant operator produce that on time based on the lead time. So how much
Nice.
because every 10 kilometers we have the batching plant. So
Very
the
nice.
batch plant operator should know when I am going to produce it, when I am going to dispatch it, what time
Mm,
will be reached. This all
mm,
the coordinations the software can does.
very nice.
Every you can able to track. This kind of different application we have implemented our projects. That's why we have completed on time.
Excellent. Excellent. I mean, sir, one question that comes to my mind, firstly, amazing achievements, but you mentioned this very critical point, which is, defining the ROI. I think all the entrepreneurs here also face the same issue when they go and talk to a customer as to why a certain software or certain technology costs so much and what's the ROI on that. So how did you or your team convince, that, okay, I'm spending X rupees, but this is how it will be, giving you a return. So for example, like you very nicely mentioned, 6 months worth of time that would have taken for survey versus 15 days where you were able to produce an output. So what's the way in which you were able to, what kind of metrics were you able to show to say that this is the ROI on an
Ac-
our investment?
Actually, that's what when I want to show the ROI, first thing is what is the scope of work. For example, initial stage we have planned for the 65 lakh cubic meter concrete. Okay, the 65 lakh cubic meter, if I'm implementing these kind of solutions, if I'm save 0.5% concrete,
Mm,
what is the cost of this concrete?
mm,
First point. That is, if I'm implementing this kind of solution,
mm,
for how much is the lead time for this the transit mixer? What is the lead time? How much time to take to reach that? Each and every area, one
mm,
applications, multiple scopes and multiple area. What is the
mm,
scope?
mm,
How much you are going to be saved? If
mm,
I'm saving this 0.5%, what is the cost I'm going to incur this? What is the
mm,
cost I'm going to save it? This
mm,
kind of projections we need to be expressed to the management. What
mm,
are the challenges we are going to face it? For example, if I'm not producing the concrete on time, if
mm,
I'm not producing, if I produce the concrete on time, I'm not in a position to reach to the site, it's also waste.
correct.
Quality rejection happen. If the 6 cubic meter concrete is rejected, what is the cost of this? First
Mm,
point, concrete wastage,
mm,
transit mixer lead time wastages, fuel wastages, resource wastage, all we need to calculate based
mm,
on the scenarios, based on
mm,
the scope, initial scope.
mm, mm,
That we have to project to the management
mm,
how much you are going to expenditure, what is
mm,
the methodology you are going to expenditure,
mm,
proportionate to what you are going to get.
mm,
That until unless you are not justifying to the management, will
mm,
not get this.
mm, mm.
That is a matrix each and every area we have done. Total
Nice.
scope,
Mm,
what is it going to do it, what you're
mm,
going to achieve it, what is the challengings.
mm. Very nice. Excellent. So, sir, now I will let you dive deeper into the presentation that you have prepared for us to talk more about, the different technologies that have been adopted. I think a lot of folks are interested to see, and then we will again come back to a more Q&A.
Yeah, just I'll give small presentation. I'll show you.
Absolutely.
Already we have covered for the our scope. Entire total length is 508 kilometers. Out of that, C4 237 kilometer stretch. The speed of rail is to 320 kilometers, and operating speed is 300 kilometer speed, and the travel time is approximately 2 hours. If it's all the stops, it's 2.3 hours. Dedicated elevated corridor we are developing. This is a total scope of the project. Already explained this is 72 lakhs concrete and reinforcement. These all the scopes and 25,000 crores project value. More than 2,000 staffs are deployed at the site. The workmen, more than 18,000 workmen deployed at the site. This is just small video. They're able to get this music, no? I hope you all understood this the volume as well as the massiveness of the projects. So more than like that, the more than 18 casting yard across 237 kilometer stretch like this, which you are seeing the photographs.
Right.
Like that, we have the more than 18 casting yard along this our corridor.
Amazing.
So we are used to do it for this full span casting and
Mm,
erection. With the full span cat is a 40-meter full span.
mhm,
The first time in India, we are
mhm,
adapting a new technology from the Japan,
mm,
suspension technology for this rail. For the full
mm,
span casting technology also, we have adapted from this Japanese. This yard methodology, everything from learned from this Japan, and
mhm.
we have implemented in our first time implemented in this Mumbai Ahmedabad High-Speed Rail.
Nice.
And also, I explained this for the fuel management
Mhm.
because uh, more than 9 crore liters. You can imagine 9 crore liter we are tracking
Oh,
day in, day out, and approximately every day in the peak, more than 1 lakh liters.
mm,
Non-peak right now is approximately 50-55 lakh, thousand liters we are
mm,
tracking through RFID technology. That means we have fixed this RFID tags across all assets. So the fuel bowsers going and fueling automatically we come to know this which asset we are transferring this, how much fuel, which locations, all the things to track and emit to this information to my platform so that I can able to real time monitoring how much fuel is distributed, transferred, and poured to this respective assets. These are the savings for ROI what we are explained, no? This point zero point three percent of the diesel was saved the restricted for this unpreserved losses because wastages, and more than 14% of this dispensings per month with the same fleets because earlier if you plan it normal conventional method we need more fleets.
mm,
We have planned with such a way that all the things we come to know this what is the fuel, how much fuel required for this particular ROW. Based
mm,
on the planning, we are reduces within the fleet. We are issuing this more than 14% excess fuel.
mm,
Is like this all the 25 lakh liters dispense is and an average of every month and 35 types of assets. This is one of the major area for this upcoming because the lot of startup companies are there. Because just
mm,
I want to highlight now, the 35 types of assets we have, and we have poured more than 2,200 assets. So we come to know this what is the fuel consumption, what is the norm of the fuel consumption, how much we have to calculate this based on the norms. So
mm,
if I'm taking from the third party of any assets, we are calculating based on the norms. Our
mm,
norms, how it will be, whether it
mm,
is a upper limit or lower limit or middle. So
mm,
this is the data we are going to place it. Now, what we are going to do it for the future, this data, huge amount of last 5 years data, if I'm calculating, I can
mm.
able to get this accurate norms.
Correct.
So that is one of the major advantages for the technology.
Correct. And this is exactly what we also try to talk, all our folks here talk when we go to any organization. We say that when you are doing it right now, you're capturing your data, but how it will help you 5 years down the line is you will be able to derive more real insights. In your real world scenario, you will exactly know pinpoint numbers, which will help you to make better decisions in the future.
And also if I'm doing that the conventional method of the billing process for this all the for the records is a manual records, it takes a lot of time for this billing process.
Mm-hmm.
We are reducing the billing cycling process for for releasing the payment. That is also one of the major area where still we are not addressing the ERP integrated systems
Mm-hmm.
for the process improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Until unless you don't have the data, it's
Mm-hmm.
very difficult to do it for the ERP system for the billing process.
Mm-hmm.
That is also one of the major area we can able to achieve. Next thing is the concrete value chains. Lot of this also I explained for this concrete value chains for the more than 237 kilometers, 31 batching plant, 72 lakhs of concretes, more than 450 fleets we have used
Mm-hmm.
and produced this. A lot of challenges, multiple costing hours, dynamic in planning, and delay in delivery. These are the challenges we are overcome this. More
Mm-hmm.
than 1.5% of concrete wastages we have achieved. Reduction
Nice.
happened.
Nice.
And also this one of the major advantages, before any request, the site engineer can able to see know that what is the structure, how much the theoretical quantity of this, so that he can able to accurately order it.
Mm.
That is also one of the major advantage.
Nice.
Next is for the robotics. This first time in L&D constructions we are doing, not for welding we are doing more than 5 to 6 years, but the assembling and welding process the first time in L&D construction we are doing for the noise barrier, because the noise barrier, the rebar gauge is more than 12,000 metric ton we need to make it. In this we are doing for the 2.65 lakhs noise barrier we need to produce it. For that is very difficult to do it for the conventional method. We have started for the robotic gauge making. Just a small video I'll show you. Next thing is for the automation in the noise barrier yard. Just I'll show small video. This is a compressor, and it's directly transfer this concrete to this particular compressor. It's directly poured into this respective molds, precast molds. If we make this like this, improve our productivity.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Next thing is for the noise barrier factory. If as per our expected productivities, we are not in a position to achieve it due to various reasons, because we are not able to capture it for the what exactly is happening on the ground, which the activity we need to be improve it, whether we need to improve the automation or not. For that, we need to understand this the process. That is one of
Mm.
the major challenges.
Mm.
It's the first time in India we have implemented for the mass scale, bigger area, and computer vision based project monitoring and activity tracking. How much
Mm.
time it took for the each and every activity, how much time it is without any manual intervention, capturing the information and processing. So which area is we need to be improved. For
Mm.
that, we have used for the computer vision based technology. Just a
Mm.
small video, I'll run it. These are the process, because due to time constraint we are not in a position to show. These are the
Mm.
process we have implemented more than 45 cameras within this noise barrier yard, and stores recording recorders, NVRs, servers, dedicated servers, live streaming data, RTS meetings. These are all the infrastructure we have developed. And also we have developed for the CV models, activity based CV models, sub activity based, mold wise, EOT crane wise, labor wise. These are the activity we have based CV model we have developed. and
mm,
also utilization, how much time utilized for this particular EOT crane. These all the data we are extracted from this CV model and improve this our productivity. Just I'll show small video. You can able to understand it, what we have done. Automatically you can able to see in the our display board how much production happened, and also
mm.
each and every live dashboards.
Nice.
Yeah. This next thing is that for bulk material calculation, because the demand and supply is one of the major area we need to think about it, because for producing the concrete we require this bulk materials like sand, aggregates, as well as
Right.
cement, on time delivery, and on time we should know whether we have this material available or not for the next 3 months rolling stocks. For that,
Mm,
we need to calculate how much is available, how much is production rate. Based on the production rate, how much is material need to receive it. For
mm,
that, we used to do it through drone-based CV, object
mm,
detections, and all the stuffs. Just a
mm,
small video. Niche, the bottom video is for, because 237 kilometer stretch very difficult to understand how many material available on the lying on the ground. So while flying the drone, we are capturing this what are the materials available. Based on the CV model we have developed, and they give the information to the respective project team. The project team
mm,
can able to see this, these are the materials available at the ground,
mm,
so that they'll take care immediately. Top is for the calculation of this bulk materials.
mm.
That but bulk material, how much materials available in the ground, and then display to this respective team can able to take the immediate actions.
Mm,
Next thing is for the BIM automations. For BIM automations, we have done for the two things. One is for the developing of the model, because initial stage of the project we don't have this the accurate data. For that, it's very difficult to develop the 3D models. For that, we have made the Dynamo scripts, so that
mm.
once I feed the systems, the information, the automatically system will develop the 3D models.
Right.
And also we have done for these schedule simulations and the critical path analysis, all the things through be done for the BIM automations. This is for AI based safety solutions. I think you all know very well. And one good thing is that here for here entire 237 kilometer stretch we have done for the I hope you all this knows very well. I'll skip it. Proximity analysis, fatigue use, and the fault detection analysis. Everyone, this all here. One good thing is that I want to express it here for we have done for the P2P connectivity for the 237 kilometers. It's one of the first project. Initial stage when I was in HQ, I was done for the Medigedda for 2.2 square kilometer. We have done for the point to
Mm,
point connectivity for the internet, because until unless network is not there, you cannot do
yeah.
anything of this for the digital transformation. For
Correct.
this, our entire stretch is very difficult to get the internet facility. And
Mm,
also we have approached for this service providers. They are not in a position to provide it because the demography is not up to the mark.
mm,
It's a little rural area.
mm,
So for that, what we have done is that each and every yard we have done developed this 30-meter tower and the
mm.
point-to-point connectivity without internet. I can able to visualize this across all 450 cameras in my table. I can able to monitor from here.
Nice.
And this is the quality management systems, because we have more than 18 laboratory across our ROW, each and every laboratory producing more than 350 records, test records. Earlier we used to do it for the manual conventional process. We have developed the dedicated application for this our MAHSR C4,
Mm,
successfully implemented for the C4. That's now is scalable to across all heavy civil projects. this advanced analytics. For this, we have done so many exercise for the analytics programs. This is this is my future, because each and every area we have done for this silos, for the
Mm,
physical progress, digital transform, digital representation, 3D models, data capturing for this assets, and the project analysis, interface management, and progress monitoring, and all the steps. Now I
mm,
want to integrate the digital twin process.
mm,
Future project, like in future upcoming HSR or upcoming linear project, we
mm.
plan to do it for this. These are the men material machinery methods. These are the solution we have given to the our project team as a digital head. These are the like safety solutions, workman management training. We are virtual reality training programs, inspection before use, before any assets is come to this. We have to do some inspection applications, concrete, rebar, precast, stockpile, enabling structures, fuel management. These are the solutions. Overall, C4 we have implemented. These are the solutions. Any questions?
Amazing, sir. Firstly, amazing. Thank you for running us through this entire journey. It is very exciting to see all these technologies. We have always seen videos of it, but
Okay.
it is good that it is getting implemented in one of our projects in the country. So kudos to you and your team for firstly envisaging this, thinking about it, bringing it to life, and then executing it to the scale that you are implementing. So amazing. So, sir, I have one question. A lot of focus has always been on real estate and all vertical construction, but
Mm.
not so much on the horizontal construction. So, what opportunities you see from your lens that is prevalent across the industry? Where in terms of digital technology or even physical technology, the opportunities that people can maybe exploit, leverage, and support, build, because I think there are a lot of such pain points. And I mean, we are only doing 500 kilometers right now. The plan is of 7,000. So there are a lot more such projects to come up. So what kind of opportunities do you see for entrepreneurs to uh, build technologies in the horizontal or heavy civil space?
Yeah. Just before giving this your answer, questions answer, I want to just brief about this. One of the leading consultant, I think McKinsey has done a lot of exercise research in this area.
Hmm.
What they given the result is that the construction industry is the least digitalized in this among all area. So we are in the transformation stage, because the parallelly the infrastructure drastically improved, drastically developed, because in India and abroad, so many HSR, so many heavy civil projects are coming up.
Yeah.
This equivalent, we need to improve this technology adoption as well.
Mm,
That ratio is not up to the mark.
mm,
Need to improve it. For that, this kind of entrepreneurs, this kind of forums, this kind of people have to take the challenges
mm.
and give the solution to the respective thing. For that reason only, the LNT, because our honorable, our SN Subramaniam has started for the digital transformation journey for 2016.
Right.
Almost 10 years we are running, we are in this stage.
Yeah.
Still, we need to go long way.
Correct.
So many area we need to be addressed it. When I was in HQ, simple
Mm,
example I'm telling. When I was in HQ, simply we are developing and hand over to the on-site people to use it,
mm,
but we don't know what are things, because I want to develop some applications. I have to develop it and hand over to the project team, push it and use it. But
mm.
how much is difficult, how much is adoption capability, we don't know. Once I
Correct.
came to here, once I on ground, then I come to know this, what are the challenges we are facing,
Mm,
how to give the solutions, whether we are giving the solutions the right time, right place, and right person you using or not. These are all the things very tough. So,
mm,
and also the construction mindset is still now is a conservative mindset.
mm.
Now the people are new, young generations. They're coming out the new, like that. You are all young people are starting for this kind of forums. I'm really happy for this, because
Mm,
the old generation for this is the 80s or 90s. Those who are sitting in this top management, the highly experienced construction specialized people, still not in a position to adapt a new age of technology, but the new young generation is drastically they're grabbing
Mm-hmm.
and using this kind of technology. So in future, definitely I'm telling that the future, so much the opportunities are there for the construction industry. So this kind of the young and the new upcoming startup companies, they have to think this narrow level, not the holistic broad level. Narrow level, you have to go deep dive on this, what exactly they want.
Mm-hmm.
Ground level, so many things are required. Still, we are not in a position to give the solutions. Because as of now, I'm telling this, we have achieved 65 to 70%. Still, we need to go long way. So that means the adaptation capability and the development capability, we need to improve it. That's what I can say now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hit the nail on the head, because building a product versus actually implementing that product are two different things altogether. And then that's where the actual learning happens,
Yeah,
how the product is going to be adopted.
absolutely. Yeah, that's what we required.
Correct. So, sir, now, how did you, kind of help your team, upskill? Because as you rightly mentioned, when you build an application has to be as simple as possible, but there is still a lot of inputs that need to go in, and someone has to process, someone has to make that a process to adopt and push data and all of that. So how did you upskill your training when you're saying 18,000 some workmen were there on the site? So what was the challenge there?
See, that's what for upskilling for our staffs. First thing is upskilling our staff is one of the major area we need to be addressed it. For that, what we have done is the periodical training programs, and also the first we need to identify this those who are interested to put into this our team for the digital transformation journey.
Mm,
Oh, those now is if you can see in this LinkedIn, huge amount of vacancies, huge amount of opportunities come because this is one of the major gap,
mm,
because the construction industry still need to improve the upskill this the people, because
right.
those who are developed for the civil engineering people not in a position to understand the new tech, what are the new technologies available in the market, whether your right location, right solution, and right place where to use it. Still, some gaps are there. For that only, we are sitting and making this for the bridge between this both construction people as well as the technology. So this is one of the major area we are upskilling these people. The people have to understand the what exactly the end users are required.
Mm,
First point. Second point is whether we are going to give the new solution, whether it is the user friendly, whether it is going to be usable or not. The people have to understand it. Those who are the transformation journey, like
mm,
for example, my team members need to interact with the respective stakeholder on ground people, whether if I'm going to give any solution to them, whether they can able to successfully use or not, whether
right.
that the solution will improve this, reduce their workload or not. First
Correct.
point, whether it's beneficial, they're going to get the benefit or not. This all the question they have to answer it. That kind of the resources we need to be developed.
Right. Great. I think there is one question that has come in.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
think yeah. So Himanshu is asking. Himanshu is one of our startup founders who's building
yeah, yeah.
automation on reinforcement and rebar. So he's requesting, can we have the robotics fabrication work video shared? I don't know if that is something that can be shared or not.
Actually, that is a little bit confidential today also, because
Yeah.
you are forcefully you are asked me that 2 3 times for you to present something.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not in a position to present everything, but
Right.
anyway, the new startups, any new young generation can get the benefit means that is a happy for me. That's why I share this all the confidentiality data also, even though because uh, now the management also thinking this is a journey.
Correct.
So some of the things we can able to share this. This is a good practices. That's
Absolutely.
what I today I shared this. But the internal stuffs only, so
Absolutely.
very difficult to.
Excellent. Excellent. Anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Meanwhile, I'll ask
Any
another
support
question.
I can able to discuss one to one.
Absolutely. So, sir, one more question I have is, from the time of identifying a technology to the time of actually building and delivering it, there is a gestation period to that also, right? From an idea to an actual executable product. So, how have you been able to manage that time frame? So that you firstly get the requirements right, you build the solution right, and then you deploy, test, and then you take it to live. So how's that journey been on this MAHSR, which is already a very, very intense and very time schedule driven project?
One things you need to keep it in our mind: right time, right solutions.
Mm,
If you are not giving that right time, right solutions,
mm,
that's a waste of money.
mm.
If it cross that particular process,
Right.
if I'm going to give this any new solutions, it's waste of money, and also people will not turn to you.
Mm,
So on time delivery is one of the major challenges
mm,
that we need to do it. If you're not able to do it that particular within the stipulated time frame, my process is going to be crossed. We should
mm,
not take it to this as a challenge.
mm,
We need to
mm,
think the different way.
mm,
That is the only I learned here,
mm.
because we should not take the sweet time for this the development. I know very well this the people are here. Every second is money.
Correct.
Construction industry, I think you know very well. Every second is money. If I stop my one day, my one crane is stopped means almost a huge amount of money loss.
Right.
So very important, right time, right solutions,
Mm.
very very important.
And is there a budget that a large organization sets aside for this, for example, or is that something that you have to carve out your way through and
These also challenges. The biggest challenge. So for that, what I'm going to do it for the whatever the learning curve I've done here, because when I taken the positions, I given some budget to the management to approve it. That is also challenges.
right?
Okay, that is the biggest challenge, because initial every year, initial stage of the project, I given some X figure.
Mm,
Okay, but none of them they'll approve for this. Even not in a single signature happen. So all the signature, almost 25 signature need to be done.
mm,
That is also challenges. How do you justify your what you are going to do it?
mm,
For that, what we need to do it, any project, startup, any project, the bidding process itself, people have to intervene this for the your scope.
mm,
That's what I insist to my management. Any new projects. Now there earlier they don't have this for the budgetary for the our digitalization process, digital transformation process. Now each and every new projects in the bidding itself,
mm.
we have made this for the process. For example, for example,
Nice.
X amount of budget the project means we used to give this sum of the X amount our digital budget. So
Nice.
we need to get the approval from the basics from the
Right.
startup itself.
Right.
That's what we have streamlined this our heavy civil.
Right. And I think that makes a very valid point, because if it is there in your work order, or if it is there in your estimate, then it is much easier to divert that money to all these different technologies. If it is
Age
not
itself we
a
need to
part
add
of
it.
correct, correct. Unless if it is not part of your line items, then it's very difficult for you to budget it out when a project is in execution. And another very interesting point that you mentioned, which I think a lot of startups face, is the timing of the product. So when I'm going and pitching a product to a particular company or particular project manager, so it necessarily, I mean, if the project is coming to that stage or is close to that stage where my product is probably a good fit, that's when they will be interested to talk. Otherwise, it will get shelved because that process is already passed and it's going to come after a long time again. So very interesting correlation between the observation that people have had, the entrepreneurs have had when they have spoken to companies versus the actual execution folks like yourself are seeing. So amazing. So I think we are over time, and I don't want to, take up too much of your time, sir. So thanks a lot. Firstly, grateful again for this session. Thanks a lot, Anirudh, for facilitating and getting us connected. And I mean, I really enjoyed it. I wish we had more time, but I respect your time, and everyone else's who has participated and come in to listen. So thanks a lot, sir. And
Thank you.
is it okay if I share, if someone asks for your email ID, is it okay if I share it
Yeah, yeah,
to
you
them
can
for
share it.
any communication or any?